What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the SmallTown Misfits Podcast. It's your boy, Rocky Raccoon.
What up, everybody? We're coming at you live March 8th, 23. You know what I mean.
Yep.
You know what it is. You know what we're doing. We're back at it again. Episode 5. Holler at your boy. Small Town Misfit Podcast. Where you guys at? Where you doing?
Welcome back to all my misfits. What's going on, Chris? How's your week going?
Dude, it's great, man. It's great. Life's great. Week's going great. We're in the middle of it. It's Wednesday. We're gonna get through this, man. Thursday, Friday, then Saturday, Sunday. You know what that is, man.
We're getting close, man. We're getting close. Yeah, I actually had the BGs Monday, man. If you don't know what the BGs are, tell them what the BGs are.
The BGs, bro. The BGs, when you wake up, man, and your three pots are all turned over, your stomach's hurting, man. You're like, I don't know if I can do this, bro.
You got the bubble guts.
You got the bubble guts, dude. The bubble guppies are getting you in the early morning, bro.
Yeah.
You can't just.
It's the worst. It's the worst, man. I mean, I think, it was better for everybody that I didn't go to work that day. Trust me. But if y'all have problems with the BGs, man, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, but in other news, some crazy stuff recently just happened that we were kind of touching base on this afternoon was the Americans that went to Mexico for some health operations. I think they went down there for some cosmetic
the
stuff.
Kidnapping that happened down there, right?
The kidnappings, yes. I
think that happened in down there in Texas on the tip. What do you call that town?
Montemoris.
Yeah, right down there.
That is true.
Like you said, there was 4 Americans went down
Two
there
couples,
to go do whatever they need to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of people do that.
I was going to say probably it's cheaper to do stuff like that, right? Like
way
to get
cheaper.
Get dentistry work and stuff like that.
Way cheaper. I mean, I remember going down there when I was a kid getting inhalers and stuff like that. So yeah, it's way cheaper. Yeah, man, cartel out there is super bad. I wish I had the clip to show you guys, but if you actually look it up and watch it, they're in like a residential area, and you just see the couple getting taken at gunpoint from the cartel and thrown in the back of their white pickup truck. And unfortunately, I think how many died?
Two are deceased, and 2 are back at home in the States.
That's good,
but
man.
the thing is, I guess it was like 2 rival cartels, and they were just caught in the crossfire, and it just so happened that they were in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, that's
always
unfortunate, man.
You always got to be situational awareness, but what do you do in situations like that? You know what I mean?
It's not easy. It's not easy.
You say you're going to do one thing, and then you never know because you're in that moment and things are happening, trauma's happening that you've never been in. So
man.
You don't know what you're going to do, right?
Right. I mean, the thing is, it's like when you go overseas or across state lines, whatever, you kind of always have that thought in the back of your mind, like things could go wrong. Everyone sees the movies, Taken, all that stuff. You're going to get kidnapped, blah, 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 blah. But, I mean, that stuff's so real that you really do need to, be so aware of your surroundings at all times. But, I mean, ultimately, like you said, they were just in the wrong place, wrong time. I mean, it's the cartel, man. It's not just like some random dude trying to come up and steal your purse or your wallet. This is guys with AK-47s, multiple people, and I mean, there's really no talking your way out of it.
It's a scary place down there, Like you said, I don't even know if anybody could get out of that situation, but you definitely got to be. When you travel, you just got to be with people that you trust, people that you know.
Speaking of that, I know, gosh, I mean, I think it was like 15 years ago. And for you guys that don't know, Chris and I are actually related. We're cousins, so our fathers are cousins as well, born and raised in Mexico. They drove down there to visit their family. Probably about, I would say, maybe 10 years ago, maybe it was 5 years ago, and they got stopped by the cartel. Remember that?
Yeah,
guns pulled because they had a brand new truck.
Yeah,
brand new truck. And they wanted those trucks. But I mean, I think literally their only saving grace is that they were Mexican. I mean,
of course.
I mean, I don't know. I wasn't there, but if I was there, man, I'd be
shitting bricks. You'd have
bricks.
the BGs.
I would.
You'd have the BGs.
It's just crazy, man. Like, thankful for them. They got extremely lucky. And, when they came back and told us about that, it was very scary, because
surreal, man.
It is, man. I mean, and they go there all the time. They visit all the time. So it's, always in the back of our heads and obviously our parents' heads that something like that can happen. So again, if any of you guys are going on vacation, places like that, maybe just stay on the resort. If you're going to go into areas that are more so
touristy,
maybe not touristy.
You got to watch out, man.
Watch out, or maybe go with someone that's aware of the area.
If you want to go off the beaten path,
yeah.
I mean, you're going off the beaten path, and in any kind of place, you just got to be aware. But you're always, especially in a different country, if you don't know the language, you're just asking for trouble as well.
Oh yeah,
you got to. I mean, there's apps out there, Rosetta Stone, Babbel.
Oh yeah,
learn a couple words before you go anywhere and travel, because that's the only thing that's going to help you.
Yeah, I think it all goes back to just know where you're going. I mean, because that necessarily doesn't have to happen out of state too. I mean, you go to
for sure.
Normal places in the States. There's areas that people are like, don't go there. Do not go there.
We're from Colorado. If we go to Florida, we're going to be on the headlines. Colorado man and Florida man. Something to do with an alligator.
To life.
Something's going on out there.
Yeah,
those headlines are crazy. But talk about more headlines, bro. We're talking about late. I think the last episode we talked about the Chinese spy balloon.
Yes.
And then I think we talked about lights in the sky in our other episode.
Yeah.
So this episode, I got some. It's been going around the UFO, the Twitter. They're talking about the Iraq footage.
Yeah.
It was like zooming across the.
Yeah, and they're pretty much like they can't. They
don't know what it is.
Though,
yeah, they're saying it's not enemy. What do they call them nowadays? UAPs, unidentified anomaly.
Yeah, something like that. I think so. I know it's on the tip of my tongue, but it's not a UFO anymore.
A phenomenon.
Phenomenon.
But yeah. Anyways, they like captured this Saphir thing on the clip, and then now they got like a black thing just going across the videos now. I mean, it's in plain sight. We're seeing it a lot more. People are definitely looking up at the sky a lot more. There's a lot more shit stuff that's going on.
Speaking about just like looking up, I'm pretty sure you have heard it, and maybe you guys have heard it too. It's fairly older, about that guy that supposedly saw that giant on the mountain. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I seen that video too.
And then he was making all these videos and was like, there's a giant on the mountain. I seen it and it's not there anymore.
That was in like Washington or
something like that. And then later, like other videos surfaced of him like apologizing for misinformation. And then like a week later, he was dead.
Oh man, people don't joke around.
I mean, it really makes you think about something like that, though.
Well, does it make you think like people are after him because he
knows too much?
Made mass panic, or people are after him because he knows too much?
True. I think it could go both ways, because people are like, this guy's obviously going to start causing riots for false information. So let's, but that's still pretty radical. Yeah.
Well, I mean, the videos that they're showing now, they probably know that this has been going on for a long time. We all been knowing this is going on for a long time, but I don't think they want to put us in panic mode when they release all this other stuff that, they're seeing and not telling us.
True. But you do know who should be in panic mode right now? Speaking of panic mode, is Ja Morant. I don't know if you guys pay attention to the NBA world, but Ja Morant's a basketball player that I personally really like. I think he's a all around good character, good basketball player. But unfortunately, we all make mistakes, and he, I think it was in Denver last week. They were playing the Nuggets. And then they went to a club after that. And
party a little too hard, or what happened?
Could have been, maybe taking one too many shots or whatever. Hopefully he wasn't drinking, because in the video that was posted.
They probably lost that game too, huh?
Oh, yeah, they lost it.
Yeah,
Nuggets
they lost it. Unstoppable right now.
Oh, yeah, they're killing it. Go Nuggets, baby. But, yeah, he showed a firearm in his video.
Couldn't take the loss.
The thing is, it's like a quick little. He dangles it and then he drops it again. So it's not like.
But like, what's the point though? You know what I mean? Like, why are we doing that for? What?
I don't.
The only thing the only thing it's gonna do is gonna hurt him,
right?
Because, you know what I mean.
I mean, he got suspended for 2 games because of it, and it could be more. Because that's pretty big.
Yeah, brandishing a firearm. I don't know. That's pretty crazy to me. I don't know why. It's not necessary.
Yeah,
get on with it. Unfortunately, people are going to start watching him a little bit closer now, and maybe he did hurt his image in a little bit in a lot of ways.
Unfortunately,
he did. But
you just think about the youth out there that really look up to him. As a pro basketball player, as a generally just like a good person.
Well, this ain't his first altercation, right? They were saying he had altercations and stuff like that.
Yeah, different altercations at other times, and so he's definitely been on the radar per se, but I think now he's kind of on that fine line of like, hey man, you need to do something. And he said he was going to get help for it, so that's good. But unfortunately, some of the damage is done.
What's done is done.
Right, mm-hmm. Yeah. And I know he feels bad about it, but still, it's something that when you're in the moment and stuff like that happens. You do dumb stuff, and we all have to pay the consequences for it. But hopefully
he can learn and progress from this.
Right, because he's I think he's going to be if he's hopefully stays in the NBA, he's going to go down as one of the best in NBA history. I honestly think he's that good. But, if he keeps going down this road of, all these issues and stuff like that, then I don't know, man. I don't know. Could be bad news for him.
More suspensions.
More suspensions.
More games not played.
Kicked out, maybe another Antonio Brown thing,
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a totally different. I don't know.
Antonio Brown, he's got a little bit of CTE going on.
Mental.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
More of a mental factor plays in that guy's head than anybody else's. I think he was just trying to showboat and be cool or something, but can't do that no more because you're in a big spotlight now. Spotlight's on you. Can't be.
Oh yeah.
Doing these little things like that no more. Which I mean, it's immature. You know what I mean? To me, I wouldn't.
I mean, he's younger too. I think I'm older than him. Shoot, I'm 32. He's like in his mid-20s, I think. So he's still young, but he's playing for a franchise team. You think that they would.
Yeah, like I said, all eyes on you.
Yep. Speaking of all eyes on you,
John Jones.
Yes, sir.
John Jones, dude. All eyes on John Jones this past weekend, and he shocked the world.
He did.
Came back from a 3-year layoff. I think it was like 80 seconds. Mm-hmm. Got him in a choke, and that was it. I mean,
was it first round?
Yeah, first round. A lot of people were like, I mean, I don't know what to say about this, but a lot of people are saying that they wasted their money because of this fight. I'm like, you don't even understand how stacked this card was from the beginning to the end. I mean, the early prelims to the prelims to the main card. I mean, it was ridiculous, man. You definitely got your money's worth before even the main card even started.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the what is it? The co-main event with Valentina and Martinez, was it?
Alex Garcia.
Oh yeah.
The Bullet, Valentina.
That was a good fight, man.
She lost, bro. Yeah, she lost. She was on a couple year win streak. She almost completed the belt for the rubies. There's 7 rubies on one octagon. She had 6. One more would have completed it. She would have been the first one in UFC history to do that. I think that's wild. Closest one I think is Max Holloway. I think he's got a few rubies under that belt too.
Really?
That's pretty wild, man. And
it is wild.
Yeah, I think she lost in the 4th round. I think it was in the choke as well.
It was a very I don't know. The fight kind of got me pulled in 2 different ways because obviously, with Valentina just being a great fighter, I've watched her. I think she's awesome. But then for Mexico to get the belt, and I'm Mexican, I kind of want to go for that. But I wholeheartedly was going for Valentina the whole time, and when she lost, I was pretty.
Well, yeah, I think a lot of people were. I mean, she's a good role model of the sport.
And
champion,
you can tell she works hard.
And a lot of people in the community are saying they're sick and tired of these champions getting automatic rematch, and I can agree with them at some point, but it's this is Valentina we're talking about. We're talking about a dominant champion who reigned for a very long time, but not only beat her opponents, just dominate him to I would put her up against him with Demetrius Johnson. Their skill level was just unmatched. No one can come even close to this when she was fighting. So I think she should definitely get an immediate rematch. And then another immediate rematch coming up, I think in March. Couple weeks from now, I think Leon Edwards and Kara Usman are going to rematch for that.
That'd be a crazy fight. Yeah. And I think they deserve the rematch because, like you said, it's not like they, this was they've only defended their title one time and then they lost. She won repeatedly, defended her title repeatedly. I think the least that she deserves is a rematch. You know what I mean?
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah. I was speaking of the fight. I was watching some interviews with. I think it was Rampage.
Yeah. And
he was talking about John Jones. And don't get me wrong, he was, had a lot of good things to say about John Jones and, that him are cool, on and off the, the octagon and stuff like that. But he said that, man, those inside leg kicks to the knee, he said he still hasn't been right since then. He's like, every time I sit in my Lamborghini. Like, you got to feel bad for him because obviously he's sitting in a Lamborghini. But
that dude's huge.
Sitting in the Lamborghini, he's like, my knee. He's like, every time it happens, I just want to go up and punch John Jones in the face. Because, I mean, would you consider that dirty, though? Or
I mean, it's John Jones. He's a dirty fighter, man. You know,
I mean, it's kickboxing, though, in a sense. I mean, it's
martial arts.
Mixed martial arts, and that is fair game in other areas. But, you know, would you consider it, like, more so of, like,
I think it's more technique
or more so respect. Like, I'm not going to take this dude's leg out,
sure,
you know, because I could ruin his career.
Sure.
But then,
dirty fighters.
But you want to win, though.
Dirty fighters.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I mean,
that's
it
funny.
Can go either way.
It's
hard.
Quentin Rampage is a big man anyway, so him getting in the Lamborghini is going to be a hard time getting in the first place. But yeah, getting those knee kicks or inside calf kicks or whatever.
Yeah,
he got him with his.
I mean, I don't really think there's too much you can complain about in UFC though. I mean, because you're in there and you know for a fact you're
no
gonna
eye
get your ass
gouging,
kicked.
no biting.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a given,
groanings, you know. But other than that, dude, you're pretty much in there, you know. No soccer kicks, things like that, you know.
Yeah.
Remember back in the first UFC fights, you can always like headbutt people and soccer kick people and elbow people 90 degrees. And
where was the first UFC?
I think it was in 93 in Denver, right?
Denver?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because that guy said that he almost went, that guy that we were watching the fight with that day.
Yeah.
Which was pretty crazy to go to the first, to see that then, and then to live all through it until now and just watch
30 years.
All the rules change.
This year is its 30-year anniversary, so that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, that is quite a feat, you know. I think their gloves were pretty badass, too. They had the 30 on them.
Oh, yeah, the 30 print.
Yeah, that was sick, dude. Definitely sick. Yeah, he's a pretty good fighter, man, John Jones. But you know, it's questionable some of the stuff he does. Definitely.
Well, I mean, I think someone said this recently. I don't know if it was Chael Sonnen or somebody, but they said they can't really put John Jones up to be the greatest of all time. It was DC Daniel Cormier. He said it's hard to put John Jones as the greatest of all time because he did fail a drug test.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But everyone was juicing back then. I mean, even Chael Sonnen was like, everyone was juicing back then. You know how everyone was juicing back then? I was juicing back then. Yeah. And when I fought John Jones and we were grappling together, I knew right away he was juicing.
Yeah, more juice than Kool-Aid, bro.
And he that's what he said. He said something like that.
Oh, what's that
he's
one?
Like, he's like, whatever juice he was on, we were all getting the same juice.
Oh, yeah. I mean, at what point is the line drawn, you know, because you know all these dudes are
I think that was all pre-USADA testing. So I mean nowadays USADA is all testing them. I think Islam is one of the highest tested. I think Henry Cejudo, he hit a record for like being tested, but he was being tested before he came in the UFC because he was an Olympic gold medalist.
Islam was under some scrutiny, wasn't he? For his last weigh-in? Didn't something
after his
happen?
weigh-in, I guess, who was it? Dan Hooker was saying that he allegedly took an IV after the weigh-ins.
Yeah, and you can't do that, right?
No.
That's illegal.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's a clear advantage, you know, if both guys are working really hard to make weight, you know, they're both fatigued. Mm-hmm. You can't just go back there and
take whatever's in your bag and whatever,
And he won his fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what do you think about? Do you think that gave him the edge?
Volkanovski. I mean, I don't know. Did it happen? We weren't there. We don't know.
It's true. So it's not like you can't
say.
Yeah.
But
it's just hearsay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, man, Alexander took it on the chin, took it like a champ, like he is, man. You know.
Yeah. I mean, I think all those guys have to. I think they're all respectful for. There's a few guys out there that get a little rowdy when they lose, but you know.
You know who gets a little rowdy when they lose is Jake Paul. Remember, he just fought
that's
Tommy
right.
Fury a couple weekends ago, too.
I forgot about that,
at your crib.
And last time I heard, so there was a bet between them, right?
Yeah. I think it was one of their purse or the other purses, and whoever lost had to.
So I think if Tommy won, Jake was going to give him all his earnings.
Yeah.
Plus an additional $500,000. So after everything was said and done, I think Tommy was gonna come out with like $6 million, which is pretty good purse. You know, after I think it's his biggest fight ever. And I just see all these videos surfacing of, not Tommy, but Tommy's dad. Calling Jake out, saying he's not paying.
Yeah, he's like, we don't need we didn't need the contracts into this. We shook hands like a man. You need to be a man about your word.
So what do you think about that, though? Like, I mean,
hey man, that's old school, bro. That's old school stuff, man. You say you're gonna do something, you need to do it.
I mean, it was on live television. You saw him during the conference.
He's the one who brought it up. He's the one who was pushing it in their face. He's the one who wouldn't sit down and was sitting there running his mouth the way he does. Him and his brother. That he reminds me of. I think Tito Ortiz was saying, Chael's son, and the only reason why you have your fights is because you run your mouth, you know, and the only reason why those Paul brothers are where they're at is because they run their mouth and they tugging the lion's toe or on tugging the lion's tail, and they're gonna get him, you know what I mean? And they got him.
Yeah, I think
but he came out respectably.
Yeah, he did. I think when it comes to the Paul brothers, they just think any publicity is good publicity, whether it be bad or good, Yeah. But I honestly think that this is gonna ruin Jake's reputation if he doesn't pay, especially if he wants to go into more fights. They're just going to bring that up.
I don't think he's going to pay, dude.
You don't think so?
And it's not going to be a blip on the radar because everybody's still going to be a fanboy over him.
Do you think they're going to go on his side and be like, well, you never signed a contract?
Well, I mean, that's some, yeah, exactly.
Right. So it's like, well, we shook hands. It doesn't matter.
Because he's like one of those guys too, man. Like, I really don't know him that, you know what I mean? I don't know him, but there's a lot of people nowadays are like, they're going to be in your face doing this, and then when you do something back, they're going to call the cops on you. You know what I mean? That's what I feel like he is. I feel like he's a cop caller. You know what I mean? Yeah,
no, I could see that. It's unfortunate though, man, because...
And it don't have to be that way.
Yeah,
it don't have to be that way.
It don't have to be that way. Just pay up, be a man, be truthful to your word. Sometimes your word is all you have as a human being, and like you said, unfortunately, it's not going to be a blip on the radar.
Yeah.
A lot of people are going to back him up, even though he lost me. Like, oh, he doesn't have to prove anything to you. He doesn't have to pay you. No contract was signed, even though he shook your hand. Take it to court. You got nothing.
Yeah.
And it's like, do you hear what you're saying? You're pretty much just saying he's, backing out on his word. I understand that that's not a legally binding contract.
I'll be surprised if anything happens, bro.
Unspoken law.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, rules, unwritten rules, man.
Unwritten rules.
He's the one who brought all this stuff up. He's the one, doing all this. So we'll see.
Do you think he's going to box again?
Oh, yeah, he'll definitely box. Like I said,
I guess it's easy money for him. Like Tommy was even saying.
They said he came out to be a respectable fighter, 100%. They said they respect him 100%. So.
Yeah. I mean, I did, after he fought, I was like, okay, he stood toe-to-toe with him and, fought what you could call a pro-amateur boxer. Mm-hmm. And, but the whole payment thing is kind of like taking a lot of that respect away that I had for him.
Yeah, if he does pay up, then good for him.
Right when I'm starting to like the guy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's funny.
Right when I'm starting to like the guy, and I'm like, nope, there you are.
That's fucking.
There you are. Yeah, I mean, but hopefully he pays, and hopefully we see Tommy in another fight because I actually enjoyed him fighting. But
yeah, we'll see Pretty Boy Tommy again.
Either that or on Love Island. It's so funny because my wife actually
a lot of people said that about.
It was like,
Tommy.
oh, Tommy from Love Island, and I'm like, what do you mean, Tommy from Love Island?
Yeah.
So people could say he's more so of a reality TV star more so than a boxer. But hey, man, get your bag, right?
Hey, that's what some people say, dude.
Get your money. Get your money. Speaking of money, man, I think I told you a while back that Tom Brady was endorsing like this cryptocurrency. Maybe you guys saw it was kind of all over the Super Bowl. And this one guy was going to try to take Tom to court because he invested like $10,000, lost it all. And he was like, well, I'm trying to get in the same process with Tom. And so, here I am this whole time like, damn, why would Tom be advertising a place like that? And then come to find out, this guy named CoffeeZilla does a whole bunch of stuff like this, catches scammers and stuff. And it was this 30-year-old kid who invented this cryptocurrency, and forgive me, I don't know the name of it, TRX something like that, but
it's like it was like TX16 or
something like that. And it was funny because this guy, CoffeeZilla did this video, and it was like, hey, if you look at this guy, he's a brilliant guy, smart guy, like everyone thinks really highly of him and think he's going places. But if you look at what he's doing, it totally looks like a Ponzi scheme, like a pyramid scheme. And everyone's like, no, that's not what he's doing. And then come to find out, it's exactly what had happened. People lost millions and millions of dollars. And he was like, hey, man, that video aged pretty well, but it's just pretty crazy how people can trust celebrities. And you know, because you think they're gonna have to do their own due diligence on stuff like that. Because like when I saw Tom Brady doing that, I'm like, man, maybe I should invest my money there. Thankfully, I don't have money to invest. But after reading that, it's like, damn, you know, I was just looking at Tom Brady going
like
in there,
celebrity endorsement. That's all that was
right. You
him
know,
getting that guy on the right place at the right time, giving him the right kind of money, and
exactly.
then he got him into this, into that.
I mean, I guess it's smart by the guy doing it. You know, super smart getting his money. But when everything came crashing down is when you start running into those issues.
I think Logan Paul had the same kind of deal with this guy, but the guy never paid. Logan never paid the guy or something like that.
Yeah, I think he was doing like
I heard him talking about that on the show.
He was doing like those EFTs though, wasn't he?
Yeah,
something like that,
yeah.
and he lost hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Like Logan didn't pay him or Jake didn't. Yeah, Logan didn't pay him or something like that.
Yet again, non-payment. Those EFTs are crazy though, man. I watch a lot of the basketball players that bought EFTs, and I think that's what they're called, EFTs. I could be wrong. NFTs.
Yeah.
NFTs.
Yeah.
So a lot of these basketball players bought these NFTs of like the ugly ape or whatever.
Yeah.
They bought them for like $300,000, $1 million, and now they're worth like maybe $300.
$100, $25. Yeah.
So it's like, what is with that, man?
I told you when that first stuff came out. I told you, bro. I was like, dude, don't get into that. We need like physical.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather buy a piece of painting than any of those things, dude.
Yeah.
We need physical something. Well, nowadays, I don't know. People are talking about recession and collapsing and things like that. It's kind of scary. I don't know. It's in the back burner. It's on the horizon. We all see it. We're in it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's getting tough out there.
It's kind of crazy to think
inflation
like people
are
spending money on something that's non-valuable to them.
Yeah,
they're trying to be cool and hip. I'm like, yeah, that's great.
I think that's what it is.
Or they're trying to make an investment, make a quick buck. But the guy that make a quick buck, make an investment, just sold his house and his whole car just to get some damn thing on the computer, and it just shut down. You know, and then he just spent his whole life down the drain on that. You know what I mean? He's like,
you lost
I just
everything.
got this. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, you should have been, putting it towards like silver, gold.
I think that's where it is right now.
Or books or something. Books, you don't hear anybody reading books anymore.
Yeah, I don't think paper's the way to go these days anymore.
So they're talking about this Bitcoin thing taking off, even more. They're talking about
I don't know,
not necessarily Bitcoin, but they're definitely talking
like
about
the crypto stuff. Yeah,
some kind of currency out there. You know what I mean?
And that's hard to follow, man, because some places don't even accept
too
crypto.
many rabbit holes. You know what I mean?
Is.
Too many places where you
holes.
can go down here in this avenue and feel like you know what you're talking about, and then hit
the
a
wrong
wall,
turn,
and then boom.
Done, over with. Yeah, it's scary,
man.
Your
money's gone, dude.
I mean, I guess for all these multimillionaires that it's just a drop in their pocket. Sure. Yeah, let me throw money here. That's one thing.
Just a little change.
But for guys like this, or like us, can't do it. And if you do it,
let us know.
You're losing it.
Let us know because we'll help you out with that. Because if you want to sponsor something like this, you can sponsor us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll get you going.
Yeah, but anyway, thanks for joining in, guys. Episode 5. I know we said that we're going to try to keep bringing content out to you guys. We're going to keep trying that. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Please post some comments and
tell your friends.
Let us know, what you want to hear about next.
Yeah, let me know. Let me know what's going on. Let us know. We'll talk about it. We'll be about it. We're trying to be about it. You know what I mean?
Definitely. All right, guys. We'll catch you on another time.
Later, guys.
Peace.
Peace.